The 2024 presidential election presents a rematch between two political heavyweights, incumbent President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. Harris, the first female president in U.S. history, seeks a second term. Trump, aiming to regain the White House, remains a potent force in Republican politics. Early polls suggest a close race, with both candidates commanding strong support from their respective bases. This familiarity adds an element of predictability to the race. Voters largely know what to expect from each candidate. However, the political landscape has shifted since their last encounter. The COVID-19 pandemic, economic uncertainty, and social unrest have reshaped the national dialogue. How these factors influence voter decisions remains to be seen. Approval ratings offer a snapshot of public sentiment towards elected officials. They provide insights into how the electorate perceives a president's performance. In the lead-up to the 2024 election, both Harris and Trump face the challenge of maintaining their base while appealing to undecided voters. Their respective approval ratings reflect this delicate balance.
As of October 2024, President Harris holds an approval rating of 48%, with 45% disapproving. These numbers, while not overwhelmingly positive, suggest a relatively stable level of support. Trump, on the other hand, garners a 42% approval rating, with 52% disapproving. His numbers reflect the polarizing nature of his presidency and the lingering controversies surrounding his time in office.
The 2024 election will hinge on a range of critical issues. The economy, social justice, and climate change stand out as key areas where Harris and Trump offer starkly different visions. Their respective policy positions reflect their ideological leanings and will likely drive voter decisions. On the economy, Harris emphasizes job creation through investments in infrastructure, clean energy, and education. She advocates for raising the minimum wage and strengthening social safety nets. Trump, in contrast, favors tax cuts and deregulation as a means of stimulating economic growth. He criticizes Harris's economic policies as being overly interventionist and detrimental to businesses. Social justice issues, including racial equality, LGBTQ+ rights, and women's rights, occupy a prominent place in the national conversation. Harris, a vocal advocate for social justice reform, has made addressing systemic inequalities a cornerstone of her presidency. Trump, while less focused on these issues, has positioned himself as a defender of traditional values and has criticized what he perceives as political correctness.
The outcome of the 2024 election will depend, in part, on the candidate's ability to mobilize key demographic groups.
Section 4. Demographic dynamics wooing key voting blocks.
Women, minority voters, and young people represent significant portions of the electorate and are crucial to securing victory. Understanding the voting patterns and priorities of these groups is paramount for both campaigns.
Harris, the first female president, enjoys strong support among women, particularly college-educated women and women of color.
Women voters, in particular, have emerged as a decisive force in recent elections.
Trump, on the other hand, faces an uphill battle in attracting female voters, many of whom disapprove of his policies and rhetoric. Harris's campaign has made significant outreach efforts to these communities, emphasizing her commitment to diversity and inclusion.
Minority voters, including African Americans, Latinos, and Asian Americans, represent a growing share of the electorate.
Trump, whose policies and rhetoric have often been criticized as divisive, faces skepticism from many minority voters.
Swing state showdowns, Arizona and Georgia in the spotlight. The battle for the White House often hinges on swing states. These states can determine the outcome of a presidential election. In 2024, Arizona and Georgia are attracting significant attention. Arizona has trended Democratic recently. Georgia has also become more competitive. Section 6. Strategic implications, charting a path to victory. As the 2024 election cycle unfolds, the strategic calculus for both campaigns becomes increasingly clear. Harris must maintain her base while broadening her appeal to independents.
Trump faces the challenge of reuniting a fractured Republican Party.
Harris's focus on climate change and social justice is central to her strategy. Emphasizing her accomplishments in the economy and healthcare is crucial. Mobilizing key demographic groups will be essential to her success.
Trump's path to victory is more challenging. He must navigate a Republican Party grappling with his legacy. Appealing to his base while broadening support to suburban voters requires balance.